Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. We are also inviting the representative of the director of RAO, the person of Professor Solomon Okologa, hereby represented by Mrs. Angela Motogoji. Let me also take the liberty to invite the keynote speaker of the day, a very dear friend of mine, my Oga in many ways, Professor Olusegun Vincent.
We want to call to the front one of the senior officers in the Faculty of Management Sciences is within the university community as well, and the former dean of the Faculty of Management Sciences, one member of council of the university, and the person of Professor Owola Bikuya. Please can you usher in the front here? The co-host of today's event, and you should probably own it, the head of the Department of Accounting, Professor Julius Otusoya. Please can you invite him? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, everybody. As you know, the 13th Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos will have his permission to start this event. This is a professor, a Vice Chancellor whose focus and whose mission is to make the University of Lagos a leading university in entrepreneurial and activities and also in innovations. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Development is also Research and Academic and Research is also a former director of Research and Innovations. So that now Research Management Office. So that will tell you that those who are in the head of affairs today in the university, they have passed through research and innovations development. So this is a very important day and we are starting right away. Let me invite Pastor Moses Ogamayo to please say the opening prayer for us. Pastor Moses. Is he here? Pastor Moses?
Father, we want to thank you for this day. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity for giving to us to gather together, to speak with us, to look into the critical issues of the community. Lord, be there is something we want in Jesus' name. Lord, we commit this meeting into your hand. Pray that all will decide it in Jesus' name. For the insight, wisdom, all Lord, that is needed, we will supply in Jesus' name. Thank you, our Father. So we declare this meeting open in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Please, I want to recognize all the Deputy Director of Foundation and many of my other colleagues and senior colleagues who have just arrived. Please, you are welcome, and please feel comfortable wherever you are. We are starting right away, and I will invite the media team to please play the national anthem and then civilian anthem. So that we can ready?
This can we rise up for the national anthem? We're going to advise while the media is ready. Thank you. In brotherhood we stand. Nigerians war and proud to serve as sovereign fatherland. In the same way, they need to not take the anthem. Beyond the sky, our vision is to uphold that great heritage. Scholarship and excellence, great knowledge and character. Producing exemplary providers, possess good life. Indeed, that is true. We rise beyond the sky. Our vision is to all to a great heritage. Nations fly.
Lead and to realize beyond the skies. Our mission is to love, hope, and great heritage where the nations stand. Grace! Grace!
Greatest Apocalypse. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You may now have your space. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let us invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Research, hereby represented by Mrs. Angela Otobote, to present her address. She is representing the director.
I'd like to stand on existing protocol. Distinguished special guests, ladies and gentlemen, a good morning to you all. I am here to represent the Director of Research Management Office in the person of Professor Solomon A. Okunoga, who is unavailably absent due to previously scheduled official engagements. He sent his warm wishes to the convener and esteemed guests. The Research Management Office is indeed proud and happy to associate with the stakeholder engagement towards achieving the 2013 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, with the thematic concern on ethical and cultural drivers of sustainability, reporting GRI-based evidence from Nigeria and Ghanaian listed firms. I warmly welcome all of you to this all-important session. It is hoped that the engagement will serve as a forum for elevating the sustainability agenda of the UN. I congratulate the principal investigator, Dr. Simo Obo, who has done very well, and we are happy to associate with you, and the Research Management Office is always open to welcome you on anything you want to add to this great achievement so far. And I also want to extend to others that we are interested particularly in this topic, and as the MC mentioned, that ethical is above law, is more than law. I just give into that short statement he made. So please enjoy the program as it goes on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, representative of the Director of Research Management Office. Thank you for that short speech. We now want to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Management Sciences, Professor Abdullah Adiola Zilagon, to give his welcome remarks. Please start. Can we clap for our leaders? Can you give me the microphone?
I want to say good morning to all of us here on behalf of the university as well as the Faculty of Management Sciences, and particularly the Department of Accounting. I want to welcome us because I want to believe the first of its kind, RMO, Naira, or the first of the kind where the report is to be given. Most times you will see reports by donors and the rest of it. But beyond that, the principal indicator is giving us a report here, and that is why alone or enough. And a very important personality was also invited to give the speech revolving around the subject matter. In the person of the Professor Vincent, been together for over 4 decades now. Yes, yes. So nothing white on his head as at that time. I think I'm the only one who still remains status. So I want us to sit down and enjoy this as it goes, going on whatever the program to happen. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Amiable Dean. Another round of applause for Professor Simon. Thank you, sir. Now we'll be moving on with the event, and we're now to listen to the keynote address by Professor Olusegun Vincent. So, but before we do that, I want to respectfully ask him to stand and we read the salutation. Please stand, sir. Thank you, sir. So our keynote speaker today is Professor Olusegun Vincent, a distinguished academic, corporate finance expert, a thought leader in accounting, corporate governance, and sustainability. He currently serves at the Pan-Atlantic University, which is popularly the business school aspect that we all popularly know as Lagos Business School, where he teaches both undergraduate and postgraduate courses, including corporate finance, risk management, taxation, corporate governance, research methodology, and advanced quantitative techniques. Professor Vincent combines academic rigor with extensive professional experience. He previously served as the Director of the Economic Intelligence Department at the Lagos Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget. He held senior roles in the banking sector. He's worked as advisory services manager at Ernst & Young, bringing strategic insights to financial governance and institutional performance. I expect us to be clapping for him. Professor Vincent currently leads Goldwyn Advisory, where he oversees high-profile services including corporate valuation, risk management, internal control, over financial reporting, internal audit evaluation, transfer pricing and advisory, sustainability, corporate governance, and process review. Under his leadership, the firm supports multinational companies and public sector institutions across Africa, helping to strengthen accountability, transparency, and sustainable business practices. Academically, Professor Vincent has an impressive track record. He holds a PhD in finance from Cornell University, London, an MSc in business and financial economics from the University of Greenwich, UK, an MA in managerial psychology from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. He's a first-class Bachelor of Arts degree holder in accounting and finance from the University of Derby, United Kingdom. In addition, Professor Vincent is a state business school alumni, Oxford University certificate. He has an Oxford University certificate in sustainability reporting and ESG data management. Of course, reflecting his expertise in integrating financial performance with sustainability and ethical reporting. Here today stands Professor Vincent. He's a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, SCA, an associate of the Chartered Institute of Taxation. He has published widely in reputable academic and professional journals, contributing significantly to the fields of corporate governance, financial risk management, and sustainability reporting. He also serves on the Senate Council of Pan-Atlantic University and is a non-executive director on multiple corporate boards, advising organizations on strategic, financial, and governance matters. Professor Vincent, his career demonstrates a remarkable combination of academic excellence, professional leadership, and practical impact, influencing both public and private sectors across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Olusegun Vincent, a scholar, a strategist, a leader shaping the future of corporate finance and sustainability on the continent of Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's like coming back home. It's like saying, "Oh, sweet home, you win." I have my very senior colleagues here, and of course, those who have paved way for me. I don't really have any choice. It's like a final call, so I don't have a choice but to call them. And do the needful as requested of me as keynote speaker. Okay, to fulfill the protocols, in absentia, I would like to say Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, Professor Shola Shade Busola, extend my greetings to the Deputy Vice Chancellor in absentia, Professor Bola Ogo, the Dean Faculty of Management Sciences, University of Lagos, Professor A. Sulaiman, my boss, my big brother. Of course, the head of Department of Accounting, University of Lagos, Professor Julius Osusaya, my senior professional colleague and erudite scholar too. Pastor Moses Okoyo of Peace House, and for recognition, Professor Kuye, currently tagged Dean Emeritus. The principal investigator, Dr. Collins Obo, the guest of honor, members of media, if present, and ladies and gentlemen. My keynote address will really center on my keynote lecture, as the case may be, will center on advancing UN 2030 SDGs and sustainability in Africa through transparent reporting. Once again, advancing UN 2030 SDG and sustainability in Africa through transparent reporting. It is a great honor to stand before you today to discuss a matter that lies at the heart of our collective future, advancing the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals and sustainability in Africa through transparent reporting. We gather here not just to reflect on the progress of SDG and sustainability, but to imagine how transparency and accountability can serve the bedrock for achieving the Africa we want. Africa that is inclusive, prosperous, and resilient. Just as Dr. Opala gave a very valid prelude, and I will be taking cues from there. First, the promise of the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Goal. Let us remind ourselves, what is the promise of SDG, 2030 SDG? In 2015, as earlier said by Dr. Opala, 2015, we are talking of something that put together in 2015, and we are aiming at 2030 to achieve all these goals. It is a matter of simple arithmetic to know that we have 5 years to attainment of those goals, and we will see whether we have gone far or how far we have fared as a country and Africa in general. So in 2015, the world came together under the United Nations framework to adopt the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. a universal call to action, indeed, to end poverty, protect the planet, and endure peace and prosperity for all by 2030. For a quick reminder, and for the benefit of those who do not know the content of those 17 goals, I will quickly run through the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of UN. I will start from the order which has been put together by UN SDG. Number 1 is no poverty. As I'm saying all these things, I want you to reflect and to think whether we have achieved this or how far we have gone as I'm reading out these 17 goals. No poverty, number 1. Number 2, no hunger, according to UN 2030 SDG agenda. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Number 10, reduce inequalities. Number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate action. Number 14, life below water. And number 15, life on the land. Number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. And 17, partnership for goals. I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, in this hall, where are we as governments in terms of local governments in Nigeria, state governments, and of course the federal government? As businesses, how far? How is the business? How have we gone? And of course, the civil societies, how have we gone? The academia and at personal level, the individuals. I want you to ask yourself those questions. How far with these 17 agendas? So it's on that I will proceed to say for Africa, these goals are not abstract ideas. They are blueprints for survival and progress. They speak directly to our daily realities, eradicating hunger, providing quality education as we currently do in University of Lagos, building resilient infrastructure, promoting clean energy, ensuring gender equality, and fostering strong institutions. Yet, as we approach the last 5 years, 5-year mark to 2030, the question remains, are we on track? Okay. We will answer that question during the plenary session. What is the sustainability challenge in Africa? African development journey has been marked by resilience and potential. However, the continent still faces systemic challenges, weak institutional framework, limited access to financing, and inadequate data for policy and decision making. Many of our sustainability ambitions remain underreported, undermeasured, or misunderstood, not because progress is absent, but because transparency and accountability reporting are still evolving across many sectors. The truth is this: we cannot manage what we do not measure, and we cannot improve what we do not report. It is on that basis I will move on to talk about the power of transparent reporting. Like I told you, we cannot manage what we do not measure and cannot improve on what we do not report. I know in University of Lagos, so many sustainability strategies, initiatives are ongoing in so many places. How far are we tracking this? Are you taking into data sets for posterity to see, do we take proper record? Who is in charge of this and who are keeping the archives for this to equally know how far and what we are currently doing and what we have not done is a challenge to everyone in this room. I now move on to the power of transparent reporting. The transparent reporting is more than a compliance exercise. It is a language of trust. It is a bridge between intention and impact. When businesses, governments, institutions disclose their sustainability performance, their use of natural resources, their community impact, their governance practices, they signal integrity, invite collaboration, and attract responsible investments. In other words, if we are not doing this, we are practically shortchanging ourselves. If you don't get to record this, if you don't get to put this together, you cannot persuade any who-be suitor in terms of grantor, in terms of a very decent collaborator to come and join you in whatever you are doing. What you need to do is transparent reporting. Transparent reporting helps to build credibility with stakeholders, investors, and global community, expose gaps in sustainability performance, and enable creative action. Demonstrate accountability for environmental and social outcomes. Encourage innovation and responsible use of resources. That is the power of transparent reporting, and those are the things it will help us to do. Let me move. The shift towards global sustainability reporting framework and standards, in which our principal investigator will be looking at GRI today. So let me quickly touch on global sustainability reporting framework and standards as benchmark for disclosure, especially in area of sustainability and some parts of SDG goals. Global frameworks such as Global Reporting Initiative, Sustainability Accounting Standard Board, Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosure, and more recently, which is our own, which we have adopted at the level of Financial Reporting Council, and of course, has been assented to by Institute of Chartered Accountants in Nigeria, is that of ISSB, International Sustainability Standard Board's IFRS S1 and IFRS S2. For information for knowledge sake, I will go into IFRS S1 and S2. Most importantly for the accountants here present, to know the content and know how inevitable it is for companies in recent times. The ISB IFRS S1 and 2 sustainability reporting and disclosure. There are sustainability and reporting disclosure in Africa. And I want to tell you today, the African countries that have killed in into IFRS S1 and S2. They include Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, Zambia, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, and their different transition phases. And the principal investigator, I know your core aspect of investigation is using DRI to actually form a framework for your work. But I want to tell you your next research attempt is to go into ISSB's IFRS S1 and S2 because that is our own for now. IFRS S1 specifies the general requirement for disclosure of sustainability-related risks and opportunities. The standard requires an entity to disclose information about all sustainability risks and opportunities that could reasonably affect entities' cash flow, access to finance, or cost of finance over short, medium, or long term. While IFRS S2 is a general requirement for climate-related disclosure, it provides a comprehensive framework for companies to disclose climate-related information that is useful to investors and other stakeholders for assessing how climate risks and opportunities affect the company's financial position, performance, and future prospects. As you can see, IFRS S1 is talking about sustainability-related risks and opportunity. When you talk about sustainability, it's about risk and opportunity. If you think everything about sustainability is risk, you have missed it. Every risk you see, other person is seeing the opportunity. If you think the climate change has brought forth a lot of risk to us, people are cashing in opportunity in solar energy. So at any particular point in time, when you see risk, there is equally what? Opportunity. And of course, beyond IFRS S1, the same gospel IFRS S2 is preaching. Climate-related disclosure, opportunities, and what? Risks. So these standards are not mere paperwork. They are tools for governance, comparability, and investors' confidence. They enable organizations to report on both financial and non-financial performance, showing how environmental and social factors influence long-term value creation. For Africa, aligning with this global standard is not optional. It is essential for credibility and competitiveness in global markets. And it's no brainer that you can no longer compete until you show what you are doing in the area of sustainability. By reporting using any of the framework, as a principal investigator using GRI, for any country to have anything meaningful to do abroad, for you to seek for funding, for you to seek for collaboration, this report card will be asked from you. Have you reported your sustainability under GRI, under ISSB as the case may be in Nigeria, or under European Sustainability Reporting Standard? This is a currency of transaction in the global world today. If a company has not keyed into it, the company cannot go global because your report card will be asked for before anybody can transact business with you. These standards, transparency as a driver of sustainable development in Africa. Transparent reporting is a lever for change in 5 key ways. Governance. It strengthens institutional integrity and curbs corruption by ensuring decisions are data-driven and feasible. Investment. It attracts sustainable financing and responsible investors who seek measurable impact. Most investors they are seeking measurable impact. Nigerian banks cannot seek for loan abroad as maybe as unlender institution. Your credential will be asked for in the area of sustainability. So investment, it attracts sustainable financing and responsible investors who seek measurable impact. Innovation, it drives creativity in how organizations reduce waste, manage resources, deliver community value. If you are not keen into this, in my university, we are doing a lot in the area of innovation to key into SDG agenda. For instance, if you come around, in the last few months, the way our water runs, the water you use to wash your hand, the way it runs does not run that way again. It's not even that quantity of water again, because we have to save water. The way many countries position their the sanitary system is different now. It's sanitary system that uses very little water and every place is properly cleaned up after using the facility. A whole lot of things, a whole lot of innovation is going into waste management and turning waste to wealth. So many initiatives, they are ongoing everywhere in every place, depending on the state where you are and depending whether you are conscious about it. You need to do all these things I'm talking about. You really need to be conscious about it. Transparency as a driver for sustainability development in Africa. There's collaboration. It fosters partnership between public and private sector, NGOs and academia. And public trust, it gives citizens confidence that resources are being managed for collective progress, not private gain. If you don't know, and yesterday I was talking to somebody about the current government, federal government on transfer receipt. You will discover that maybe 2 or 3 days ago, in terms of transparency in governance, federal government has introduced a new initiative known as federal transfer receipts. And many organizations like the University of Lagos, we have to key into this. We are moving away from transaction simple accounts into federal transfer receipts. And on minutes, on hourly basis, federal government can assess the University of Lagos what is in your account, what you are doing with the money, what you see is what government will see. That is the regime we are moving into now. And I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, all these are initiatives in trying to be sustainable, in trying to fulfill sustainability development goals, which we are meant to meet by 2030. What is the way forward for Africa? To advance the SDGs through transparent reporting. Africa must institutionalize sustainability reporting within corporate governance structure. Let me quickly talk about this. And maybe you don't know as a university that the current sustainability reporting initiative, you are equally public interest entity. And as a public interest entity, if it has not been done, if a committee has not been constituted, University of Lagos too must report. Because you are a PIE and it's a law now, because it's coming via Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. And the moment you are a public interest entity, you must give account of your sustainability reporting via IFRS S1 and S2. So University of Lagos must know that you must go through the transition phase and you must report. Just like I was telling somebody about internal control over financial reporting. There are many initiatives that are coming out. There are many universities, they don't even know that they are meant to be examined critically. You can no longer enjoy the privileges of government institutions because you have been groomed as a PIE. As a result, your reporting you must have your A game for your reporting because it's a total regime of transparency, it's a total regime of disclosure. And you find at University of Lagos, you can maybe you can make further references or ask more questions from Financial Reporting Council. Don't just sit aloof and think this does not affect you or you'll be exempted. You'll be shocked the kind of penalty that will come your way as an institution. So you build capacity among regulators, accountants, auditors, and policy makers to understand and apply sustainability framework University of Lagos must start by identifying people whom they will use to deliver the sustainability reporting of the university, because you are a public interest entity and it is compulsory. Digitalize data collection and use technology for real-time environmental and social tracking. Encourage mandatory sustainability disclosure in both public and private sector. Educate and empower communities to hold decisions accountable. Transparency should not be perceived as exposure, but as an empowerment, a tool to demonstrate our commitment to sustainable growth. Now, a call to action. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey to 2030 is not a race of speed, but a test of sincerity. Africa's progress will not be measured merely by economic numbers, as earlier said by Dr. Park, but by how responsibly we use our resources, how transparently we report our outcomes, and how faithfully we build trust with our people. So, each one of us here, whether in government, in business, in media, academia, or civil society, has a role to play. Let us move beyond rhetoric to measurable, reportable, and verifiable actions. Let us tell the true African sustainability story, one of hope, innovation, accountability, and shared prosperity. In conclusion, as we align African growth trajectory with the UN 2030 agenda, let transparency be our compass and sustainability our creed. Together, through transparent reporting, we can only advance the SDG, but redefine what sustainable development means in African context, which is inclusive, transparent, and transformative. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria. God bless University of Lagos, and God bless Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Vincent. Another round of applause. Dissecting and advancing United Nations 2030 SDG goals. Sustainability development goals and sustainability in Africa. Thank you once again. A round of applause for Professor Vincent.
Thank you again, Ali. Well, I know this is good. Another command performance from Professor Vincent. Can we scream and thank you for before we proceed, I want to invite, in my place, they say a hunter is not called junior. When they meet, he kills himself, is vicious. You cannot call a hunter a junior hunter. When they meet, he kills himself, is vicious. Somebody killed the meat of today that we are sharing today. You cannot be called junior. Ladies and gentlemen, let me invite the chief investigator, the principal investigator of the game, to please come forward. Well, he will make, before he makes his presentation, I will alert you as to those. There are people who will unpack it. Yes. But, they should also be seated. Dr. Imola Ayo Odibemi is among those who please come forward. Already, my own dear head of department, HOD, current amendment is here. It's among those who we discussed. We also are inviting Madam Aderonke Ajibola. Okay, she's among, and then my very dear sister here. That's what I'm going to be discussing. So please, then tell me for her now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kala, Chairman Chief. That's the double, he's wearing a double cap. So, before we proceed, we want to present an award to the keynote speaker, Professor Ocean Vincent. And to do all the orders of presenting the award is our Dean, our young Dean, the king of the boys, Professor Abdulaziz Abiola Sulaimon. Clap for him, bro. As we come forward to present the award to the keynote speaker for the excellent address he gave, charging us, and pointing directions on where we should go from here. Sir.
I thought it's a car here.
Yes,
So that when it's baby, you will leave the go, you make we brought here. Take that one. On behalf of the organizers of this program, I have this play titled Performance Award. Presented for Professor Vincent, ACII, in recognition for your inspiring keynote address and outstanding contribution at stakeholders engagement towards achieving the 2030 UN Sustainable Development Goals on the 24th of October 2025. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, the man that brought us together, the principal investigator who led this research in Nigeria in collaboration with investigators from University of Ottawa and Sheffield. It's because of him that we're here, and we're really proud of him for the faculty. And he will be giving his own, speech, not speech, but presenting to us some of the key findings from the research he's been carrying out for the past couple of months. But before I invite him forward, I want to ask you, Chief Opala said, he has referred you to the sponsor that we're sharing the meat, all of us are gathered to eat here today. So please, I will respectfully ask you to stand as I read your salutation. I'm tapping for his anointing, so I have to respectfully ask him to stand. Dr. Collins Sankey Ogo is a distinguished Nigerian academic, a fraud theorist, and an ethicist, with an established reputation for advancing the study of ethical decision-making, corporate governance, and fraud prevention within emerging economies. He is a senior lecturer in the Department of Accounting here in the prestigious University of Lagos, where he currently serves as the MBA Deputy Coordinator 2 in the Faculty of Management Sciences. Dr. Ogo obtained his Master of Science and Doctor of Philosophy degrees in accounting from, so he's a thoroughbred University of Lagos from the prestigious University of Lagos, demonstrating academic excellence that shaped his research in ethics and financial integrity till today. He's also a recipient of the prestigious Shevlin Scholarship United Kingdom Government Award. Please, I expect us to clap together for that. And a research fellow of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, ACU, which exemplifies his leadership and social impact. He's an associate chartered accountant of ICANN. He's an active member of the Audit, Investigations and Forensic Accounting Faculty. His professional expertise integrates theory and practice, focusing on how ethical principles and governance mechanisms strengthens financial reporting and reduce fraudulent behavior in organizations. So we should watch out for you. You have to be careful, especially those of us in the private sector. Okay, so Dr. Obo has published extensively in international recognized journals and contributed case studies to the SAGE Research Case Study Collections. Those of us that are in humanities, we know that SAGE is one of the prominent publishers in our field. So for that, please I want us to jam it together for me. His work appears in journals including Journal of Accounting in Emerging Economics, EMRAUD, Journal of Financial Reporting and Accounting, EMRAUD, African Journal of Management, Taylor and Francis, and Future Business Journal, Elsevier, amongst others. He also serves as a reviewer for Elsevier, Emerald, Sage, Springer, and Taylor and Francis. Dr. Obo, his research focuses, his research provides insight into how social demographic and moral factors influences ethical behavior among accounting professionals in developing contexts. Dr. Obo has held several editorial and leadership positions, including Managing Editor, Global Journal of Accounting from 2018 to 2020. He was reappointed in 2024. He's the Associate Editor for Journal of Sustainability Reporting and Accounting. He's an editorial board member, Babcock University Business School Abstract Book of Reviews 2025. He was the faculty coordinator, he's still the faculty coordinator for Institute of Continuing Education, ICE, University of Lagos, a position he has held from November 2022. He held it till July 2025, So beyond the academia, he has contributed to mentoring. This I know is one of his greatest passions. Contributed to mentoring young scholars and fostering integrity in research and academic excellence. His mentorship emphasizes honesty, excellence, and purpose-driven scholarship, which aligns with his vision to translate research into scalable anti-fraud models and ethical frameworks which can be applied across Africa and globally. Through his combination of academic rigor, professional distinction, and moral leadership, Dr. Obo continues to strengthen the bridge between accounting ethics, corporate governance, and sustainable institutional accounting. I know that he's a disciple of Jesus Christ, and this is always, prioritized in everything he does. And he has said here that the inspiration behind all his research innovations is his faith as a disciple of Jesus Christ, which guides his life and work. Ladies and gentlemen, the author that brought us all here today, I present to you Dr. Colin Selke.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I want to take a moment and give you some time for the excellent presentation. Thank you for the present. Thank you to share your expertise with us, which has been very inspiring. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate the VC
the management team for the vision, the future-ready vision that we're looking at the future. And sustainability, we talk about future, we talk about sustainability. And so the VC has set the landscape upon which many of us are running on the issue of sustainability. I want to thank my team very much for the opportunity. They have been very, very supportive. A team that believes in the potential of the young people. Thank you very much, sir. I want to also appreciate my HOD, who has been a very, very strong support system. During my achievement scholarship, who was the one that one of the people that wrote the reference for me, and also while applying for this grant, the HOD also stood in as a referee. Thank you very much. Because of time, I would like to make my presentation and come back to acknowledge for all the people that have honored me this day to be here. They've left several things just to come and be here, the professors that are here, CEOs, CFOs, my panel discussants, the RMO's office, senior colleagues, friends, brethren, and thank you very much. Okay, so Professor Vincent has made my work very, very simple. So I'll just go straight to the point. Now, Professor Vincent has spoken a lot about sustainability reporting and the leading standards, the S1 and S2. But it has been established among ethicists that, and my HOD being an expert in that field, that actually law alone cannot achieve what we are looking for. Because men look for avenue to break the law. So, and if we must achieve anything sustainable at all, it must be on the basis of ethics, morals. And morals governs us when nobody is watching. So we don't really need law if we actually have morals, because morals are internal laws themselves. That you are alone, and you are not even aware. For example, you walk into this building, you are not aware that there's a law there that says don't enter this place. But within you, you have a moral faculty that tells you that this place needs to be kept clean. And so many times we have had struggles with laws, and sorry to deviate because I actually walk around all the different laws. Even the laws of God, how many of us really can keep those beautiful laws? Beautiful, but you understand, quite difficult to just be that holy person, pure, don't want to think evil, things like that. So the same thing applies into all that we do. And so the drive for sustainability reporting. Okay, let me step a little bit on the issue of sustainability so that, because I'm speaking to diverse individuals. There was somebody I invited that please be my guest. And he looked at the topic, he looked at the title and said, what do I have to do with sustainability? And I said, oh, I think that is really a misconception. Let me give us an example. We'll be hearing our fathers tell us, the elder ones, that during their days, the University of Ibadan, they used to give them chicken. Nigeria was rich. Do you understand? They used to iron their clothing, spray, things like that, right? Now, that was supposed to be sustained. Because the issue of sustainability is meeting your own needs now and preserve the resources, don't damage it, don't destroy it, don't loot it, so that generations coming will come and meet it. But let me ask my own generation, what are we come to meet? Right? Then I think they said it was more fashionable for lecturers to lecture in Nigeria. Even Ghanaians were coming, people were coming. But now, what happened? As we always or what? Even the answers try to do sustainability. It applies everywhere. The insecurity that came up. You know, now we talk about Boko Haram, bandits. It is not something today. People have been, you just meet a lady, impregnate the lady and all of that, and deliver a child, leave the child on the street, and this. How do you pretend? I think the scholar that came up with a theory of survival of the fittest. They have to survive. They have to. So if the government will fight insecurity, banditry, and all of that, we have to return back to sustainability. So our fathers, for example, we came and met no chicken, no meal tickets, no job waiting for you even while you are in school. No problem. We have met all these things. So what can we now do so that our children come in? And many of us don't want our children to be here, so we are sending them abroad and say, just stay there, don't come here, don't do this. Nigeria is insecure and all of that. Even though abroad they are suffering, they are lonely, there are so many things. But because of the so many things, so we all actually have that obligation to address these things so that our children, they can't be abroad forever. Though one way or the other, they will trace their roots back. So it's not really politics who bring the political will, but individual of us, we have our responsibility. Now, our research focus on corporate entities, that's firms, companies. And why that direction? Because almost everything that we consume, we use, were produced by a company. True or false? You throw to put on, your answer to use, and all of that. So everything here, one way or the other. A company produces it, a company render a service. And so, they are major corporate partners with the United Nations towards achieving the 2030 vision. Because the companies are the ones that make use of the energy the most. You know, the industrialized nations, they have used nuclear power and everything. Now they are trying to impose on us, let's go green. Because they have also used their nuclear power to develop the technology of green economy and now forcing us to not to explore our own potential. You know, when Trump came and said, baby dream, baby dream. You understand? That is, let's go, the US, instead of buying oil, we have oil, let's explore it. And all those issues are sustainability issues. But yet, they are forcing us that everybody go green. Green is good, beautiful, but it has to be equitable. If not, we remain underdeveloped. So coming back to what we are doing. Now, there are laws, there are standards, governing companies, but we all know that companies still commit fraud. And I've read extensively my HOD's work, issues even with professional accountants. The manipulations are all of that going on. Is it that there are no standards to guide them? Is it that there are no laws? In fact, the Institute of Chartered Accountants has one of the best code of ethics from the ISAB code and all of that.